right, folks, happy Monday. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd, and it is a look at our midday forecast. And while nothing has drastically changed from where I joined you this morning, I wanted to expand on a few things and kind of reiterate some others and kind of look at where we are at lunchtime on this Monday. Today's forecast made possible by the United Way of Northeast Louisiana and the 211 initiative. Help is available in more than 150 languages when you dial 211, so no one's left without support during the storm. Could see a little wrinkle in the forecast this weekend. We'll get to that in just a minute. Check the visible satellite this afternoon. Shows that most locations continue to see quite a bit of sunshine, some afternoon cloud cover, and as I expanded on this morning, a pretty stagnant air mass, which leads to the concern of some less than ideal air quality. Nothing severe, nothing, alarming by any stretch, but if you're an allergy or an asthma sufferer and less than ideal air quality can be an issue for you, just be aware that if you just seem a little bit more irritated in terms of your respiratory system over the next few days, that may be why. So just be aware of that. Look at the radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Check your radar, schedule your upcoming roof inspection free at brownsroofingla.com. Janet, hello. I had a wonderful weekend. We've got a lot of stuff going on here at the Digital Weather Desk and at the Floyd House. Wife and baby are getting ready to head out of town for a little bit, and they'll be gone for a while. So I'm getting some stuff done, including trying to get some upgrades done around the house, and so just a lot of moving and shaking, a lot of positive things happening with the Digital Weather Desk as well. So we're trying to get all those moving and rolling in the right direction. So again, all kinds of craziness, but good things. Jan, good afternoon. Thanks so much for hopping in as well. Radar, again, does not show much. Temperatures at the noontime hour are in the low to mid 80s. Most of us should probably land in the upper end of the 80s this afternoon. As I mentioned, air quality poor, but something that you can, well, I say poor, it's just not ideal, and you can blame wind speeds for that. Not a lot of mixing of the atmosphere, so we're not mixing up this air. It's just kind of stagnant sitting there, and that is where some of our issues and concerns reside. Check of the satellite radar composite. We do have kind of a decaying cold front out over the northwestern sections of Arkansas and stretching into northeastern Oklahoma and really through the Ozarks and portions of the Red River Valley as well. This front will have no impact on our area. But Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe. Hunting season is upon us. Again, ATV side-by-sides, they can get you squared away, so go see them. You can see the shower and thunderstorm potential starts to return. This in response to a trough of low pressure and cold front that looks to move into the area on Saturday. And then that would bring eventually a cool down. Timing and specifics of this system are still very much in flux, so I don't want to get into too much in terms of the specifics of the makeups of severe weather threats, timing of this system, rainfall totals, all that stuff that just is still so far away. And it's also kind of one of the first storm systems cold fronts of the season, which also makes it a smidge more unpredictable because some of those don't really pan out at all. Some of the latest computer model data is kind of like little meh, if you will, and not as aggressive with bringing thunderstorms into the area this weekend. Still brings rain in, still brings a cold front, still brings some changes, but not just as aggressive as it was a little bit earlier. And again, those model trends and data returns will kind of ebb and flow over the coming days. Marlene says I need to introduce Stanley, the chief forecaster, general manager, quality assurance cat. He will make his presence eventually. He's sad because he has not found his spot on the desk yet since I brought all these computers in. He hasn't really found where he sits and where he plops on the desk. So he'll figure it out eventually. He's been sleeping at my feet a lot lately, even at night, which is kind of cool. So he doesn't usually, I mean, he likes me, but we're not friends like that. So clear out pretty quickly after that Saturday, Sunday cold front. But it does bring with it our first severe weather threat in a while in terms of outlined areas by the Storm Prediction Center. And you can see that that includes much of the mid-Mississippi Valley includes about the northern half of our area. Again, these threat areas are going to change. Obviously, they're updated every day between now and Saturday, so I would expect threat levels to change and kind of ebb and flow, and for the threat area to change as well. Your severe weather threats, alerts, things of that nature made possible by Allegiance Health Network, providing high-quality, patient-centered care through a clinically integrated network of healthcare professionals. They are also responsible for the auto warns that you will see on my Facebook page and on my X feed, formerly known as Twitter. So if you're on those, you'll get automatic maps of warnings and watches when those are issued from now on, instead of having to wait for me to put out a video or to type a message up. As soon as they're issued, they will instantly push out. So if you're following those pages and you're following them intently, you'll be able to get those when that happens. Haven't had those a lot lately, but that's another upgrade that's been made behind the scenes that you really won't notice until we get some weather. So don't really want to wish bad weather on us. Just know that it's there when it's on the way. If we want to stay quiet, weather's fine with me. But we do need some rainfall. So while we don't want to wish severe weather into our area, we kind of need some rain, and we need that to happen sometime soon. All right, Jerry's gone. Karen is gone, the subtropical storm from the far northern Atlantic. Christian asked, do I see tornadoes for this weekend? It's a little too early to jump into I can't rule it out. It's a possibility, but it's also a possibility that it won't happen at all. It's way too early to really jump into the specifics on severe weather potential and what those threats would include and those types of things. We'll talk about it later this week, though. Good news is, while I will be out of pocket tomorrow and Wednesday, I think I'll be back in time to really discuss all that stuff at length later this week. So that's good news. Check Lorenzo. This is the latest tropical system. Maximum sustained winds at 50 miles per hour. Really encountering a lot of wind shear at this point, and not expected to really do much. It's going to stay out over the open Atlantic, and then actually it's kind of like return to sender. It's going to make a northerly and then eventually an easterly turn. It may not even make it out over into the central Atlantic before it makes the recurve back out to sea and then back out to the east. So Lorenzo's not much of an issue, but all of your tropical forecasts and products made possible by Russell Moore Lumber. Your lumber number. You call, they haul. Give them a shout on Desert Street in Monroe. Just wanted to show you that, again, tropical season, while we're kind of on the back end of the peak of the season, still getting some tropical systems out there, and something obviously worth watching. Daytime highs today, most locations will top back out in the mid to upper 80s. 88 Monroe, 86 in Ruston, 87 in Monticello. But again, give or take a degree or two in any direction, we will be above normal for this time of year. Low temperatures tonight should revisit the 50s. If you see the 60 degree mark, don't be surprised. But most of us should at least fall back into the upper 50s for one more morning. High temperatures tomorrow, generally landing back into the mid to upper 80s as we continue to trend above normal for this time of year until that front arrives this weekend. Look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Outdoor Equipment and 3B Hardware in Sterlington. They can order you Generac generators if you need one. Home standby generators, that's where I got mine from. So again, if you are looking toward making an investment toward your homestead and want to get those upgrades done before the winter weather season and the secondary severe weather season, give Matt and the folks a call. They can get those ordered for you and squared away. Again, 7-day forecast shows daytime highs staying well above normal. Morning lows upper 50s to near 60 with a gradual warming trend that will carry us through the upcoming weekend. But then you bring the thunderstorms back in, the cold front back in. The rain chances are a smidge different than where I had them this morning. I had, I think, 30 and 30 this morning, now up to 40% Saturday, down to 20% on Sunday. It looks like it's going to be a Saturday cold front. So we'll keep an eye on that as we go through. Wait a minute. I think ULM's at home this weekend. That's gonna that also kind of throws the whole wrinkle into the forecast of. Nope, never mind. Yes, they are at home this weekend at 2:00. Oh man. All right. Well, again, it's a long time between now and Saturday, so no reason to be. It's just kind of a bummer when we have home football games on Saturdays, and you only get so many of them for the season, and you don't want to be dealing with rain. It's too early to jump into the timing on all that, so it is something that we'll watch as we go through the rest of the week, and any severe weather threat, obviously, we'll keep an eye on that as well. All right. That's a look at your forecast midday. I'll join you a little bit later on this evening. Again, just kind of reiterating and want to drive the point home. Content schedule will be interrupted tomorrow and probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but probably just Tuesday and Wednesday as we go through the generator installation here. You can always check the latest forecast at digitalweatherdesk.com. That will continue to be updated. I can update that anywhere, so I will be updating that. Thanks so much for hopping in today. And, again, you can always check the latest forecast at digitalweatherdesk.com. Thanks so much for